From the Jack and Jones Shredder Studio in beautiful CCM at the University of Cincinnati, it's the Dennis Daniels Show! Tonight's guest, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged creator LittleKuriboh Martin Billany. Plus, John, Pokémon, and the Dennis Daniels Show Band! And now, here is your host. He is the 2009 Bearcast Innovator of the Year, Dennis Daniels!
Sexy, I've got the looks, the drive so cool, while I've got the move, that really move 'em. I said chill, up and down that spine, I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy.
Man, it feels good to be back here on the Dennis Daniels Show. You know, the show where everyone goes to get the know. You know? Thought so. Folks, I am Dennis Daniel, your Bearcast buddy, your DJ to the stars, and the winner of the 2009 Bearcast Innovator of the Year Award. Folks, what can I say? It's been happenings here on the Dennis Daniels Show. For the first time ever, we have two things going on here on today's show. The first transatlantic interview, all the way from jolly old UK. We have LittleKuriboh Martin Billany on the show. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. I am ready to bust a nut. And I don't even want to bust one yet.
Can we say that on the radio?
Oh, we can say it, John, because this is D-Generaion X powered, as you can see by these super awesome D-Generaion X Army wristbands, which are available at www.shop.com. But folks, let's give it up once again. He is the Paul Schaefer to my David Letterman. He's the boss. He's the Mon. He's John Pokémon. So, John, did you get enough of the craziness on the Dennis Daniels Show the last time you were on?
Oh, if I got enough, why would I be back this week?
Exactly. Oh, folks, I tell you, we got a great show. You know, now LittleKuriboh is best known for his creation of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged Series. And to celebrate, I brought some things with me. That's right. I dug into my closet. And guess what I found? My trading cards. Oh, this is awesome. This, what?
I said, oh, snap.
Okay, good. Nick, if you're listening, big up to the Gravekeepers. But folks, I went through this thing, man. I found all these great cards. Check it out. I found all 5 pieces to Exodia. I used to kick ass and take names with these guys. And of course, if for anyone with an Exodia deck, you gotta have Exodia Necros. And of course, to summon him, you gotta have Contract with Exodia, all that crap and all whatnot. And then I found my Light and Darkness deck. I used this for a couple of years. Let's see, if my favorite card is in here somewhere. Where did I put it? Let's see. It is right here. Horus, the Black Flame Dragon, level 6. I won this at a tournament. It means a lot to me. It's worth more than any card I have. And of course, with Horus level 6, you gotta have Horus level 8. And I don't care what you all say. Hopeless Blue Eyes deck cannot beat Horus Lockdown deck. So that's enough of that. And because of our special guest, I went into the archives and I had to go ahead and dig out the Winged Dragon of Ra, or to you Abridgers, Mega Ultra Chicken. That's right, folks. I'm telling you. And what's also makes the show special, we're shooting video mabobs.
Oh,
video mabobs.
We
John,
just got high tech on your ass.
we got HD, so you can catch this not only on iTunes and the Shrimpcast, but also on YouTube, because this next segment is going to be great. Now, Nation, I'm going to break it down for you all a little bit, suck it, with my D-Generaion X merchandise. Last time on the Dennis Daniels Show, we had voice actor and musician Eric Stewart. And by the way, Eric Stewart Band, MD Frame of Reference, available. John, get the CD. Get the CD. Come on.
Where's it at?
It should be over there. Check underneath there.
I don't know. I'm not digging for all this nonsense.
Come on, you should see it. It says Eric Stewart Band. You can't miss it. Do you see it?
No, I don't.
We'll show it later on.
Eric Stewart, Empty Frame of Mind. It's got a picture.
Reference, not mind. Reference.
Whatever. It's got a picture of his big ugly mug on it. So go buy it.
His mug is not ugly. John, speaking of Eric Stewart, before our interview, we were very rudely interrupted by former Duel Monsters champion Seto Kaiba. You know, fruit bowl haircut, blue eyes, white dragon, fly in the fancy jet. Seriously, how can anyone take him seriously when he flies around in a jet like a dragon? I can't. Can you, John?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. But because you folks, for those who didn't tune in or who are too busy trying to figure out how to work their interwebs, we're going to give you a small recap of what happened on that show. So can we go to the Daniel Tron for a minute there, Shecky? Oh, we can? Sweet. Here, all right.
Yeah,
here's a recap.
Let's get one thing straight. Just because you have some internet radio station that broadcasts to 3 people, you think you and your kooky little sidekick, whose last name is a cheap second-rate show, can beat the greatest duelist ever, Seto Kaiba? Let me think. I think the answer is no.
Whoa. Who is this? State your name for the audience out there.
Well, for those of you who don't have a brain or ears, this is the one and only Seto Kaiba.
Oh, this guy makes me Seto Kaiba. Oh, man, that's rich.
Well, let me take a look at myself. Great coat, plane, trains, automobiles, everything you can imagine. Oh, and look in my little deck here. 1, 2, 3 blue eyes, white dragons.
Planes,
That would
trains,
mean
and suits.
Seto Kaiba.
Okay, well, just one question. You may have, all of that nice stuff.
You know, Ric Flair has half of that crap too, buddy.
Just one question I got to ask you. Did you have a happy Father's Day?
Oh, man, that was sweet.
Very funny.
What about a Mother's Day?
Because he doesn't have a mom either. Ooh. Okay, so if you really are Seto Kaiba, and I doubt you are, then let me ask you this question. Where was my Battle City tournament invitation?
Your Battle City invitation, I think that was also the ones that were handed out for the White House. You know, the ones that people sort of snuck in. You see, guys like you don't get the invites. I think your nickname is it the Boogaloo Shrimp?
Yes, sir, and proud of it.
Yeah. See, that really works well as a duelist title. That kind of reminds me if Good Times had a midget, he would be called the Boogaloo Shrimp.
Oh, well, Kaiba. Oh, man, you are just quite the comedian, man. You should go to the Funny Bone down here. Tell some stand-up. Let me ask you something. How many times you beat Yugi? What was that? Was that 1? And he beat you, I don't know, 3?
Well, here's the deal, okay?
All right.
Yugi has got such a low self-esteem that what I need to do, if you did any research, if you looked back through history and saw what we learned from the Egyptian portion of our life story, you'd realize I need to make him look good. That's what I do.
But didn't you yourself deny for, I don't know, how many times, 3,000 times, that this Egyptian magic heart of the card stuff was nothing more than baloney? I mean, when it came to your ancient heritage, you were in more denial than Kirsten Alley. Hey-oh! Oh, Bird. You're okay, Kirsten Alley.
That's good, too. See, here's the deal. Kaiba is always Kaiba.
So as you can see, Seto Kaiba not only trashed me and my brother, he trashed our studio, our show, and our radio station.
It just got real up in here.
And to make it worse, guess what I just found out?
What did you just found out?
Konami is releasing a special booster pack in honor of Kaiba. Duelist Pack Seto Kaiba, coming out April 20th.
Oh, man.
This guy's ego couldn't get any bigger. Well, you know what I say? I say no. I say no to this because he can't come on my show, talk trash to me and you and our station, and get away with it. That's why, John, I've done something I don't think I can forgive myself for doing.
What's that?
I dug deep into the sectors of the interwebs to call out some evil help.
Evil help?
That's right, John. Evil help. I like doing that. So, folks, through the magic of the radio and the telephone, I found someone who hates Kaiba as much as I do. Can you believe that? Someone that hates Kaiba. I mean, this guy panders to all the sycophants and parasites. Oh, crap, I'm using Chris Jericho words. I shouldn't be using Chris Jericho words. So, folks, with the magic of my computering jigaboober, I'm going to pull up someone who has the power that we need to take down Kaiba. So I'm going to pull this up. Okay, hopefully he can hear us. Let's see. Big D to Binky Boy. Big D to Binky Boy. Do you come in? Over.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Bearcast Radio proudly brings to you its Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged Tag Team Champions of the World, the Egyptian villain Marik Ishtar, the limey fruitcake Florence Bakora, the New Age Outlaw.
Yeah! Yeah, buddy! All right, John. Man, Merrick, I didn't even know you guys were into DX, man.
Maybe a little bit. They appeal to my rebellious nature.
Oh, dude, man, they are so rebellious and then some,
Good
man.
stuff.
You should have seen when they drove a tank to WCW. That was crazy.
Oh, it was so great. It was so all up in your face and stuff.
Oh, it was totally up in your face, man. Okay.
Yes, but they never actually went inside the building, so it was kind of a letdown.
Florence, what? Come on, man. They blew it up. You saw them blow it up. You know, they drove a tank, and they had the camouflage. They were giving tickets to the WCW guys. Heck, the WCW that night promised a free show for those who would want to go. Free show. Ted Turner was losing money.
Yes. He was, and now look at him. He is nowhere, and I am everywhere.
But that son of a bitch, he colorized Casablanca. I can't let him sit by and do that. At a later time, though. Ted Turner's on our list for later. Right now, Merrick, I need your help. As you heard, Seto Kaiba said a bunch of crap about me and my brother and the station.
He did. He said that you guys broadcast to only 3 people, and I know that you broadcast to at least 5 people.
Yeah.
Because me and Bakora listen to your show as well.
Oh, yeah, because, hey, he has no idea the power he is effing with.
Right.
I
can't make that sound effect right now.
Well, yeah, well, we understand. Well, we have it queued, but we don't want to get it up because we're just lazy. Now, I know that you, of all people, are the leader of possibly the biggest, most sinister, most diabolical group to ever walk the face of the earth, and I ain't talking 4 kids.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
the Evil Council of Doom. Not to be confused with the Legion of Doom. What a rush!
What a rush! Actually, we actually saw them a couple years ago when an animal was with Heidenreich. That was super awesome. But this is why I went on the interwebs. I looked through LiveJournal. I went places no one would go to find you and your sidekick. Sidekick, we'll go with that. Can we go with
you did not just go there.
No, what? Go where? I'm.
You'll be going to the Shadow Realm in a minute.
Well, hold that thought, Florence. I need to ask you for a favor regarding the Shadow Realm. So let's get back to that. Merrick, I need your help. I need you to help me make Seto Kaiba look like the blatant, arrogant jackass he is.
Okay.
And how
am I supposed to do that?
Well, it's simple. I gotta
stomp him in the nuts.
No, John, we can't get him to stomp him in the nuts. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take that Millennium Rod. I want you to take possession of his mind, and I want you to make him release a statement saying that he was wrong to trash talk me and my brother and the Altis Explosion and BearcastRadio.com. And I want you, and this is the best part, I want you to make him eat horse crap.
Oh, well, that's a great idea, except there's one problem.
And what's that? And please don't
His
tell me.
His name isn't Steve.
I knew it! See, this is the thing, and this is the thing for you, those playing the home game. Merrick's Millennium Rod cannot affect those who are not named Steve. That's why every rare hunter is named Steve.
Right.
Steve Arcana, Steve Rare Hunter, Steve Lumbra, and
His name isn't Steve Rare Hunter. His name is Steve.
But can't we use your Millennium Rod to take control of those evil celebrity Steve that you have talked about, we could take Stone Cold Steve Austin, Steve Jobs, Steve.
We could do that.
I have a buddy named Steve. Can we take control of him?
Why would Merrick want to take control of Steve? He's a fat blob, flip-flop around, man. That's a waste of time and good energy.
But it's
We
Steve.
could get Stevie Richards.
What about, can we get Stevie Wonder?
No, no. What's he gonna do? Gonna play a piano for us? No, he can't even see where he's walking. Chuck Norris is the only guy to beat Stevie Wonder in a staring contest. Yeah, we kind of went off on a tangent.
We just went there.
Well, can't you use
Yes, I'm used to that.
Can't you use your magic to make Mega Ultra Chicken rise and burn his company to the ground? Because that would be so freaking sweet.
If I could do that, I would have done it by now, believe me. But listen, I know how you guys feel. When I invited Kaiba to join my evil council, he totally blew me off. And I don't mean in the way that Pegasus would do it.
Hey-oh! That guy needs to come out of the tombs. And speaking of coming out of the tombs, Florence.
What?
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Depends on how long this is going to go on for.
Oh, come on, Florence. What can I help you do? Maybe I can help you get Zork and Pals back on the air. Do a radio
You know what
show.
you could do? You could stop calling me Florence, since it's not my real name.
Merrick, you said his name was Florence.
I did.
So blame Merrick.
I do all the time.
Okay, Flora. Okay. Bakura, Thief King Bakura, Yami Bakura, whatever you want to be called. We'll call you.
Call him Fluffy.
Fluffy, because he looks like a
No.
kitty. He looks like an evil kitty. Now, of course, we could take Bakura's method. Stab Kaiba with a knife, because I know Bakura gets all tingly when he talks about knives.
Yes, I do, but do you get tingly when you think about jail time?
Ooh,
snap.
ooh.
Going to the big
I
house.
want you to ask Phil Spector. Ho, Phil Spector. He went to jail and his hair got probation, and we're just okay. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, by the way, all right, Bakura. Now you're talking about the Shadow Realm thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, there's this douche over at 5 Minute Major, Brandon Kisker. He says that this is not the first international interview, and I say, well, Canada's not international. If you want to be international, you go over a body of water, not across a fence. So I want you. Could you do me a favor and maybe banish him to the Shadow Realm for me? I'd really appreciate
Yes,
it.
we shall have the first ever interdimensional radio interview from him.
What? No, not from him. Banish him to the Shadow Realm. Not interview with him.
Well, we'll interview him from the Shadow Realm, see how he likes it.
Ah, yes. How very evil.
We need to get one of those things.
Yes, I think it would really work. Oh, Bakura, do your impression of Yugi. It's funny. I want to hear it. Come on, do it.
Go on, Bakura, do the
Do
impression.
it.
It's hysterical.
Come on, John, get him going. Do it.
Hello, I'm Yugi Moto, super special awesome.
Oh, that is totally him. Oh, you should do Merrick
Nailed
now.
it.
You should do Merrick. Totally do Merrick.
I've already done that one.
No,
Oh,
you didn't. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, a little job out and see what it did. We over there, we made a tangerine, we double in your window. Okay, now Merrick, before we let you go, the audiences, the fans have been asking me, where in the world is Mr. Tweetums?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea. He's my best friend. Well, he was my best friend till I was forced to forget about him.
Oh, that's, because Whorebiscuit, she's going down.
Yeah.
She's going down.
She's a punk.
Her boobs will strangle her in the shadows.
Good Lord, that's a
Jeez.
strange image.
Yeah, I don't know what you were going with there. That was, I think you kind of crossed the line there.
Yeah, you crossed some kind of line.
Oh, whoa.
That's wrong on so many levels.
Whoa. I'm getting this from the guy with the fake tan.
Yes, and the ice cube fetish.
And the ice cube fetish. Don't forget the ice cube fetish. And you and your yaoi, Merrick, I don't know. Jeez.
A guy has issues, okay?
And your name's Merrick Sebastian Ishtar the Third.
Okay.
I'm not trying to knock on names because I'm Boogaloo Shrimp, but
Yeah, well, the other one is John Pokemon.
John Pokemon.
Damn,
man.
Skippy.
Oh gosh. Okay, so let me try to refresh this. You can't control Kaiba's mind because he's not Steve.
Correct.
And I guess stabbing him with a knife will not be possible, will it?
Well, it'll be possible, but it would also be very dangerous for you.
We could just, cut off his toes or something.
Well, we could.
Not kill him.
The Big Lebowski.
Just cut off his toes or, all of his fingers. We don't really want to kill him. We just kind of want to make life hard for him.
Yeah, we don't want to kill him. We just don't want him being successful anymore.
You should shave his eyebrows.
Or just shave one of his eyebrows.
Or shave that
Right.
fruit bowl haircut.
Yep.
Gosh, now, Merrick, before we go, I keep saying that. Let me ask you a question. Why are you chasing Yugi? I mean, what did he do to you?
Well, it was not so much Yugi, it's the Pharaoh, because, I was forced into some sort of thing with...
Yes.
Well, it's confusing,
Yes,
okay?
yeah, you were forced in the tombs to protect the Pharaoh, he was dead for 1,000 years. Did you ever think that maybe you wouldn't see him? It's not like you can go up there and go walk in the street, oh, hey there, Pharaoh. I'm going to kill
Think about it.
you.
There's no way that the Pharaoh could have made that law because he was dead.
But Cora, you spent, 50 episodes trying to kill him too. You realize you bad guys failed
I want to kill him too.
Why do you want to kill him?
I don't even know him and I want to kill him.
Yes, you should join our evil council, Mr. Pokemon.
No.
I am going to cut his throat.
No, we are not joining any
that's
evil
too far.
council.
Oh, did I go too far with
We're
that?
not-
Yeah, you went too far.
We're not joining any evil council. The only council.
You can join the other evil council with the crappy motorcycle guy.
I don't get that. Motorcycles. I'm sorry. I am less intimidated every minute. And what? 5 Ds? I figure out what the D stands for, Merrick. D's nuts.
These nuts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Merrick, before we let you go, I know we do keep saying that. I have one small favor to ask of you.
Ask, and you shall receive, maybe.
That's what she said.
One of our faithful Bearcast listeners just sent me an instant message over AIM, and she was asking if you could give her friend Mackenzie a small shout out.
Mackenzie, word to your mother. Yeah, how's it going?
I'm sure that made her day.
Okay, well, we'll let you two go back to watching Cannibal Holocaust or, fluffing pillows, because that's ingenious.
Yes, it's a very loose definition of watching since we'll be talking over it, apparently.
Oh. All right, well, you know what? We'll see you all around. Give my regards to Zork, and this is a reminder to all of you that Merrick and Bakura, along with John Pokemon and myself, are proud members of D-Generaion X. And this is a reminder, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you on 3. 1, 2, 3. Suck it! All right, we'll see you guys in a few minutes, so you chill right now. All right, catch you on the flip side, kids. Okay, now, I thought that was pretty good. I thought they were very nice, despite being evil, they were pretty nice. And I don't think how they could be misinterpreted, because, hey, I would invite them to my graduation, because they're super special awesome. Now, let's go ahead and get our guest out. Folks, my guest is the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged Series, a YouTube phenomena. And he's going to answer some of your questions, and we're going to see if he'll do some voices, but we're going to wait till later to do the voices, because we're not going to put coins in him like a freaking jukebox. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and pleasure to belch and get that out, because I know, I'm sorry.
That's public radio.
Yeah, that is public radio. Okay, here we go. Hang on, get ready to say that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure, my honor. He is the one, the only, LittleKuriboh, Martin Billany. LittleKuriboh, thank you, and welcome to the Dennis Daniel Show.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Hello.
Oh man, personally, I think American Bakura, they're just misunderstood guys because apparently they're just like us, only evil and anime.
Oh, were you guys talking to them?
Oh yeah, they were great. Yeah, they were great.
Okay.
Where we're gonna see maybe
They're definitely a couple of unique characters. I will say that.
maybe we should have a beer with
You're
them.
going to say that they were definitely a couple.
Oh,
I could see that too.
yeah, we could see that, but we're not going to say it because we don't promote that. We don't promote discrimination like that because, folks, Dennis Daniel Show, we don't care if you're black, white, red, yellow, purple, blue with a giant snake for a penis, or even a British guy, and not because you LittleKuriboh because of Bakura. If you're a limey Brit, because the All Taste Explosion in the Dennis Daniel Show, we're people.
We don't hate.
We don't hate.
Appreciate.
That's right, John. That is very right. So, Martin, can I call you Martin, or should I just call you Kuriboh?
You can call me Martin.
I'll call you anything. Just won't call you for dinner. Hey-o. Okay, so let us turn back the clock. Where does this begin? Where does all this begin? This whole voice acting thing. Where does it begin?
The voice acting thing, actually, I don't really consider myself a voice actor. I just consider myself a guy who does goofy voices and sort of makes fun of things. Voice actor is somebody who sort of treats it like a sort of an actual role that he gets into. I just sort of I'm more of a tease. I started doing voices back when I was in school, and I would make fun of my teachers, and the other students would ask me to do different voices based on people they knew and stuff. And I realized very quickly that it was a way to get a very big reaction by doing something relatively simple. And it sort of snowballed from there. I just kept doing it. I never really stopped doing it. And I also used to watch TV with some of my friends, and we would turn the volume off on the TV, and I would just do the voices for the different people on the TV. And it started there, and eventually I got into cartoons and stuff, and I wanted to try my hand at dubbing over something myself, and I happened to have a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh DVDs lying around, and so it happened by default, really. It wasn't really a huge inspiration.
Well, I would say how it happened. I mean, I guess you said by default, but I'd say it's come a long way.
Oh, I would totally agree. I mean, that's another thing. Did you originally think that it would become this worldwide phenomenon? Because I just watched the first episode, the one you originally did, and then the HD Redux one, and you can totally tell it's gotten better. I mean, it has come a very, very long way from its beginning.
It's funny you should say that, because a lot of people didn't like the redone version, because they said that, well, the main criticism was that I was talking too fast as the characters, and I can understand that, because I was trying to do it more along the lines of how I record the newer episodes, where I try and say as much as possible in as short amount of time as I can. And in the first episode, when I first made it, I kind of recorded all the dialogue in one take, and I didn't really edit any of the audio. I just sort of left it as it was. You can hear me sort of clearing my throat a few times. You can hear the audio in the background. There was no attempt to clear the background noise out at all. I mean, I probably made that episode in about 2 hours, and strangely enough, it's probably the most watched episode out of all of them, even the ones that I spend weeks on. It's interesting. I mean, yeah, I have come a long way, and I do feel that the show has evolved a lot, but at the same time, I think ultimately what people come to it for is just the writing and the humor and maybe some of the voices, and those really haven't changed that much.
Now, we want to know, what does the term abridged actually mean? It does mean that you build a bridge and you put the show on it, or will it fall down if you don't build up with silver and gold? I'm trying to make a joke and it's not even connecting.
Abridged has sort of, people say that I've changed the definition of the word abridged, because these days, whenever somebody says, I'm going to abridge this show, they basically just mean they're going to make fun of it. And, I mean, the way I perceived it originally was just, I want to take out the parts of the show that I feel prevent people from enjoying it quite as much, and trim it down to its bare essentials, so that people can see what the show is comprised of and why this stuff is entertaining, and why people like that sort of thing. And also just make people laugh at the same time. And have a good time doing it, and people have just sort of, really, it's just sort of become kind of a vague term that means fan parody that you can watch on YouTube in under 10 minutes. But really, what it really means is it's a shortened version of the original product.
Well, I can say get out the mission accomplished banner, man, because with this you nailed it.
Yeah. I would have to agree. Just a little fun fact that I got from one of our Ustream viewers. You won the Open Web Award for funniest YouTube channel.
That's right.
Yeah,
right. 2009. Yeah.
Yeah, I had absolutely no idea that it was that big of a thing on YouTube. I mean, I know obviously you had a lot of hits and a lot of views on your pages, but I had no idea it was, you got an award for it.
Yeah, that was a really, really humbling moment. I mean, I felt really kind of blessed that so many people would go out of their way to support the whole series, and I really didn't know if the support was still there, because I've always convinced myself, even from day one, that it's never going to last. I'm going to turn around one day and it's all going to be gone. Whenever I posted a new episode around the episode 5 or 6 mark, I would just turn my computer off as soon as I'd finished and just not go back on the internet for another day or so, because I was convinced that people were going to hate it. But yeah, I mean, 3 years on, 3.5 years, 4 years, it's like I can't believe that the fan support is still there and it's still so strong. I mean, I go to these conventions and I see people who've come so far just to see, not necessarily just me, but the projects similar to mine. And I mean, I went to a convention the other week down in London, and somebody came all the way from Holland just to see me and Masako from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and that was it really puts things into perspective when you realize just how much people care about what you're doing and how much they'll. I mean, I started doing what I'm doing because of how passionate I am about the series Yu-Gi-Oh, and now people are doing similar things toward my series, and it's really odd.
Yeah, you found a passion like Yugi finds the passion in the heart of the cards. This is your heart of the cards, essentially. Funny term there. You ever think they have a gallbladder or a kidney of the cards? A whole bodily. It's another joke. They have the heart of the cards. They have a kidney or a lungs or a gallbladder of the cards. Because you just can't have the heart to function. Maybe something we'll have to see if we can get Dan Green on the show to answer for us.
Oh man, good luck.
Oh geez, it's tough. We had a hard time finding you, but
you did?
Well, yeah, because here's the story. We got a hit after the Eric Stewart interview by a fan who said, "Oh, wait, try to get LittleKuriboh on the show." I'm like, okay, who's LittleKuriboh? And forgive me for my insolence. I had only heard about you through T-shirts on SharkRobot.com. Awesome T-shirts, by the way. Keep up the good work, guys. The 2 Girls 1 Up shirt, that is hilarious. And of course, let's speak about that while we're on the topic. All these goofy catchphrases, Brooklyn Rights, screw the rules, I have money, in America. All this stuff has become like the you bet your sweet bippy of our generation, stuff that we will be quoting at conventions and on YouTube and on live journals for years and years to come. And you are the man that started all this revolution. Now, here's the question. How'd you come up with all these wacky catchphrases, like the Brooklyn Rage and the "my voice gives me super strength," which we'll have to ask you to say a little bit later on in the show, but we're going to save the voices for later on in the show. But so how'd you come up with these?
Oh, the same way I come up with a lot of the dialogue. I mean, usually the catchphrases sort of stem from just, the natural progression of of making fun of the show. For example, Bandit Keith's whole "In America" thing is really just it's a way of summarizing the fact that his whole character is he's just a very egomaniacal American. I mean, that's pretty much what they were going for when they created that character. I think they just thought, oh, this guy represents everything that's wrong with America and foreigners and everything, and he comes into Japan and he thinks he's the man and stuff, and well, just the fact that he keeps bringing everything back to the fact that he's an American. I think it works because it's a guy standing there with an American flag on his head, just constantly citing the fact that he's from America. I don't know. That particular one came to me as sort of a flash of inspiration, because I didn't know what to do with that scene, But then I realized if Bandicoot just randomly said, you can't beat me because I'm an American, and then he turned around and said, hey, that's against the rules in America, and then I thought, oh God, from now on, every time he appears, he has to make some sort of reference to the fact that he is or was in America. And it was very much the same for the guy who says, attention duelists. As soon as I watched the episode back, I realized that every single time he appears, he has to say, attention duelists, no matter who he's talking to or how many people there are in the scene with him. And that was a strange one, because that was something that I didn't expect to catch on, but I didn't care so much because I thought it would entertain me, and then it ended up entertaining everybody else at the same time as well. And the same with Brooklyn Rage. Brooklyn Rage was written specifically to be a catchphrase that never caught on, because there's a joke in that episode where Yami tells him Brooklyn Rage is never going to actually catch on as a catchphrase, and then it did. And then it became a music video, and then it became a T-shirt, and it kind of went out of control. And it was like, that's probably one of the more popular catchphrases of the show, and even the original voice actor for Joey Wheeler, Wayne Grayson, has said that several times at conventions. It's a really bizarre thing to be a part of. But yeah, the catchphrases, the best ones come about when you're just writing things naturally and not trying to force a catchphrase into somebody's mouth.
Yeah, because Brooklyn Rage is so funny. When you parodize Poker Face for Brooklyn Rage, I parodize your parody, and I wrote All Taste Rage. Can't beat mine, no, they can't beat my All Taste Rage. It's a soda, drunken fury.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be a Billboard Top 100 hit anytime soon.
Still, it's helping us promote the war on Kaiba, But seriously, you can't go anywhere on YouTube and type in Wayne Grayson without him saying Brooklyn Rage. There's actually a video of you actually comparing voices, and you're like, yeah, it's kind of funny though. We talking from Brooklyn, we're in Japan, and then he goes, well, you may be in the Abridged world, but in the 4Kids world, Brooklyn Rage. And that was just
quite a moment.
That was just funny, and then I saw the one of Cyrus going, I already told you, I don't have your Cheetos, and you have just had a big effect. I think you have made me want to actually go back and get my deck out and start dueling again. Just because of all this stuff. I actually wanted to get an American flag and put it on my head. But,
Really?
Of course, John wouldn't let me put an American flag. He'll put a Pokemon hat on, but he won't let me put an American flag on my head.
We got to keep it somewhat sane around here.
It's about as much sane as the revolving door on the rehab for Britney Spears. Hey-oh. Okay, that's enough jokes right there. Now here's another one. What does your family think of the success? I mean, are they like, they want your autograph? Do they brag about you to their friends?
I don't really know. They weren't aware of it for a long time, and then kind of when I started doing like the conventions and stuff, and when I started talking about the fact that I had a website, they kind of figured out that there was something happening, and that people were paying attention to me for some reason, and they know, but I don't really know if they really understand what it is. I mean, I don't think if I try to explain the concept of Yu-Gi-Oh to them, I think that it would be lost on them. My sister is always texting me congratulations, she texted me congratulations for winning the Open Web Award thing, and it's kind of a hazy subject with them. I don't really like to talk about it in real life that much at all. I don't really like sort of using it as a way of being like, well, guess who I am? But they're aware of it. But really, I think if they're proud of me at all, I think it's for my other accomplishments as a person offline.
Well, you should be proud of your Web Award. I mean, you're proud of your Web Award, like I'm proud of my Bearcast Innovator of the Year Award. We're pioneers in the fields that we've chosen. We are the fighting dreamers, and I'm sorry for making Naruto because the Abridged Series is deader than a doornail. So. Yes, and that you can believe it. It had a run. It lasted longer than Hank. Oh man, Kelsey Grammer was good in that show. I didn't watch Hank, like maybe once at work, but that's totally irrelevant to this.
Not even sure what it is.
Trust me, you're best off. Now, what goes into the making of an episode? Now, do you sit down? Do you think about what you're going to say? Because apparently these jokes just don't come out of the open blue.
Well, I mean, most of the dialogue, especially in the older days, 2 or 3 years ago, I would just watch the episode, and I would watch it once through, and then I would think about it, and I would remember all the parts that stood out to me without having to go back and rewatch it. And I guess I'd write down all the main plot points in bullet point form, and there would be parts that stood out that had always had an effect on me when I'd watched the show before, and that I'd remembered simply from nostalgia. And for example, like anytime Tristan tried to do something, like when he attacked the guy with the hair, and then the hair guy flipped over in the air and attacked him back, I just thought, that scene pretty much makes fun of itself. It's lots of fun. But really, first of all, you write the episode based on what you remember. The best way to do it, I think, would be to try and keep for one plot point, have about 3 or 4 lines talking about it, and hopefully they'll be funny. I really can't. A lot of people ask me, how do you make an abridged series good or funny? And I'm just like, well, I don't really know. If I knew, then I would probably write it all down and I'd remember it, and I would never have any trouble doing it. But yeah, once you've written a script, you just I record the dialogue straight away. Each character's dialogue is recorded in individual files, separate from each other, so that I don't sort of have any problem remembering how they were speaking or where they are emotionally. And then I edit all the footage from the episode, and I take all the shots that I need, and I take all the lip flaps this is something I do more recently. I take the lip flaps out of the shots that I need, so that I can use them for what I need to sync up the dialogue. And then I just take the shots, put them in a video editing program, and line up the dialogue with it. And hopefully it'll be about 7 or 8 minutes long. And then if it isn't, I worry a lot. But people seem to have been more accommodating to the fact that my episodes can get a bit long. I like to think that it's not a negative thing that they've been getting longer, but there are people out there who are like, this show is funnier when the series was only 3 minutes long. But yeah, and then I upload the video, and I wait about 6 hours for YouTube to finish processing it, and then I wait.
Well, of course, I mean, there is no golden formula to hilarity. Comedy is a very fickle thing.
It just kind of flows. You just got to flow with it.
Yeah. BearcastRadio.com. This is the Dennis Daniels Show. We have LittleKuriboh, Martin Billany, creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged Series on, and this is good. This is a super special, awesome interview, as Yugi would say. Now, Martin, I got a question. Now, what do you use to edit these? I mean, do you use Premiere, Final Cut Pro? See, I'm an e-media student myself, and I use some different programs to edit my video. So, what do you use?
For the audio, I use Audacity, which is a free program for recording audio, and it's been very helpful. Team 4-Star recommended me that. I used to use a program called WavePad, but Audacity is also very good. Goldwave, very good as well. I sometimes use that for eliminating any of the noise in the background. For video editing, I use Sony Vegas, but I used to use Windows Movie Maker, believe it or not.
I could tell. Trust me, I was on Windows Movie Maker for a long time. Then I bumped up to iMovie, and now I'm working with Final Cut Pro myself. I was just curious because, being an e-media major, it's just amazing the quality of the video and how you can get the mouth to move so perfectly with the audio. It's mind-boggling.
It does. I think that definitely takes a lot of talent, and I'm sure probably a lot of editing.
That's not so much talent as it is just patience. I mean, it's very easy to make a mouth open when you hear a syllable in an audio file, but doing it for an 8-minute video, that's a whole other thing. I mean, that's days worth of editing there.
I can imagine something like that would be quite tedious.
Now, when it pertains to the jokes, I mean, I know you take a lot of jokes from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, stuff like that, the Saw franchise, but there's one joke in particular I need help explaining. It was a Monty Python flying circus joke. It was the episode where Yugi duels Steve Arcana, and at the beginning, a giant hedgehog pops in and goes, Dimsdale, and yes. I need, what does that even mean? I need explanation there.
There was an episode of Monty Python's Flying Circus where a character believed that a giant hedgehog was searching for him, and I can't remember if it was trying to kill him or just trying to get his money back or something. But it was called Spiny Norman, and the whole episode is sort of treats it as if this idea was some sort of hallucination or a joke or something. And then at the end of the episode, when the credits are rolling, you see this giant hedgehog poke its head above the buildings, and he just starts going Dinsdale because he's looking for the guy whose name was Dinsdale. So it's basically just the big payoff to that joke. And they actually brought it back in an episode. Randomly, they put the hedgehog Spiny Norman into one of the other episodes where he's still looking for Dinsdale. And so I just thought, you know what, there's a shot of a few buildings there. I'll just use it. It was a random thing.
Because I saw that in I believe it was called Neil Diamond, leader of the Notorious Chicken Gang. After he walks by, they pop through the stadium and goes, Dinsdale. And I'm like, and for years I've been wondering, what does that mean? And now everything makes perfect sense. Okay, now for this Abridged series, how long do you plan to go? How deep do you plan to go into this? Because we already know that Season 2 is over. And we know that you're getting ready for Season 3, which is the digital arc. And I really don't know, because digital arc with a big 5, it was I mean, it was cool when I was little, but it was kind of weird then. Yeah, it was cool. Oh, gosh, you guys, have you figured out who's going to be Gozaboro? Because if you need a voice, I can loan a voice, because I know you're infamous for other people starring in your show.
Yeah, and this kid loves to talk.
You know, because I like doing voices myself. You know, I do a somewhat okay Charles Barkley.
Well, unfortunately, we do have somebody planned for Gozaburo. I haven't really announced who that is yet, but we do have somebody in mind.
Can it be Takahata 101? I think he would make a great Gozaburo.
Well, Taka's playing Crump.
Ha, penguins.
Yes.
So, yeah, would there? Do you have possibly a certain set date for the 3rd season of the Abridged series to come out?
Right now, I'm probably looking at starting it up in April.
Okay.
That's right. April 2010, folks. Mark your calendars. Mark your iCals. Season 3, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. This shit's gonna get hot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And Martin, I can only expect to think that we're going to help you win the 2010 Web Award just because you're on here. You know, you got 2 crazy goofballs like me and John here. I think we're going to help you clinch the 2010 with that, with the whole beginning, because it's crazy. It's crazy.
We'll see how it goes, because I don't know if they're even going to nominate us this year.
Oh, if they don't, we will riot. It's like at ECW One Night Stand in 2006. If Cena wins, we riot. If LittleKuriboh ain't nominated, we riot.
We'll tear stuff
We
up.
will tear stuff down.
Now, Martin, I got to tell you right now, the Ustream that we've got going right now, it's blowing up. I mean, we're up to close to 20 viewers.
20 viewers?
The AOL is going crazy. I'm getting questions left and right. But one question that's sticking out in particular is from a gentleman named Gavin, and he's actually from England, talking to me right now. And he wanted me to ask you, will you be attending the London MCM Expo in May?
I can't, unfortunately, because I'm doing a play.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you do plays? Tell us about this. This is fascinating.
Oh, I do some amateur acting on the side. I did actually have a shot at a professional role recently, but that didn't end up happening.
I'm sorry.
I'm in a production of there's a TV series in England that a lot of people seem to know it in America. It's called Blackadder. And I'm playing one of the characters, one of the main 3 protagonists in that series.
When you auditioned, did you go, alas, poor York, I knew him in America? I'm sorry, that was my favorite line of Bandit Keith's. That was hilarious. Okay, now we have some listener questions. Let's see. Okay, this one comes from Katianotics. Something like that. What's similar and what's different about doing voice acting versus stage acting? And how much harder is it to get something across without your face body language to help you out?
I've not really done that much like proper voice acting. I've done a little bit. I did a few projects for a guy called Semi Soma, and I did an actual. There was a group of people who were doing an actual serious dub of Yu-Gi-Oh, and I played Grandpa in that, which was kind of not that dissimilar to doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, because Grandpa himself is a very sort of very light-hearted character, but also he's got a serious side to him, but I mean, he's not that far removed from the comedy version. But voice acting, I find very difficult. I tend to sort of give all my characters in my series a very sort of monotone, sort of very. They all have a very samey kind of delivery. They don't really change the way they say their lines very often, because most of my characters are in very static situations all the time. They just sort of stand there and they react to things, and they talk about things in a sort of dry, sarcastic manner. So actually having to dig down and find some emotional place to use for a character's voice is sort of strange to me, and it's very difficult at the moment. I think it's very difficult compared to theater acting for me anyway, because on stage I've had months worth of rehearsals to get myself prepared for what I'm going to do when I'm on stage in front of an audience, and it's very, very easy when you're on stage to be in that moment and be in that character's head, because from the moment you get on stage, you are living in that character's body, and you are doing what that character would be doing, and aside from worrying about where I should be standing, I don't really think about anything else. I just let things sort of come naturally. When I'm recording dialogue for a character in a voice acting project, I'm just sitting here in this room, talking into a microphone and reading lines off a screen, and sometimes watching a video clip of a character talking somewhere else in a different world that doesn't really exist. So it's very, very different, and I take my hat off to anybody, either professional or otherwise, who does it, on a regular basis and does it well. And I mean, it's a really incredible talent, and I don't honestly think I have what it takes to be a proper voice actor. But I mean, I really like acting in general, and I like doing voices. So I mean, really, I'm just happy having them as a hobby.
Well, personally, in my opinion, I think he could be a great voice actor. I mean, we've had Eric Stewart on and Pat Fraley. They've talked about their careers, and apparently a lot of them just got to start like you're getting yours right now. So you could be on your way to being a big voice actor. So don't sell yourself too short there, my friend. All right, BearcastRadio.com. This is the Dennis Daniels Show. We have LittleKuriboh, Martin Billany. We got to remind everyone because they don't know what's going on. All right, next question from Paradox Hikari. What prompted the thief shipping Merrick plus Bakura jokes?
Oh, right. Well, I mean, that there are a lot of people who ship various characters in the Yu-Gi-Oh series, and for people who don't know, when you ship somebody, you sort of pair them up as like a romantic pairing in your head. It's not necessarily ever hinted at strictly in the show or anywhere else or any other source material, but sometimes a character will have chemistry with another character that that appeals to you, and you like to sort of take that to another level in your head or something like that. I don't know. A lot of people do fan fiction about it. With the thief shipping with Marek and Bakura, it's mostly a case of I think they are extremely funny together, and while I don't know if I would ever, I don't know if I would ever go out of my way and say, I want to write, fan fiction about them doing things to each other or anything, but I think they're an extremely entertaining couple. I think it's extreme. I think it gives a lot of potential for humor, and I think it works, and people seem to have sort of embraced it, and it's not like it's offensive or in your face or anything. It's just sort of there as sort of a background detail that people seem to have picked up on, and I dating couple, and that's why it appeals to me.
Well, you okay there? We were getting a little static there. Okay, I think we had a little static there, but we're cool. We're all right.
Huh?
I think we were getting a little static on the line. I don't know though, but okay.
Are you talking on a cell phone or a landline?
Well, I'm not on the phone. I'm on Skype.
Oh, you're on Skype. Oh,
Skype-erific.
Nice.
Okay, now I've gotten this question 100,000 times. If I don't answer it, they're going to kill me. Who will voice Rebecca when she comes back for the Ori Kalkos arc?
That's kind of up in the air at this point. It's not really something I've put that much thought into, because I don't I don't have to think about it for a long time, because it's literally like 2 seasons away, and I really want to make sure that everybody involved is okay with any choices I make regarding that before I go ahead with anything. It's a delicate area, so to speak. I mean, I'll have to get back to you.
Well, don't feel any pressure. I mean, we just got the question. They were just curious, and I think that answer filled up a lot of holes. So don't feel like you got to come back and answer this question, because you don't. Okay. Let's see, another one from the suite. A lot of Abridged series have sprung up in the wake of Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series. What do you think of them, and do you have any favorites?
I really don't watch that many, and it's not because it's not out of spite or anything, but it's more because it doesn't. I mean, I'm not big into comedy, believe it or not. I don't really. It's not my favorite genre. It's probably my least favorite genre of like TV or film or anything like that. I probably wouldn't watch my show if I didn't make it. But I have seen some Abridged shows that I like. I really like. Obviously, Team 4 Stars Dragon Ball Z Abridged, which, in my opinion, goes far above and beyond what I do. I like Kaizen Echo's Lupin the Third Abridged. I like most of the stuff that HBI 2K does. I think he's very good. There was another one that I'd seen recently. I can't remember what it was. I have to say, Antfish's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Abridged is far and away one of the best series out there. If anybody hasn't seen Antfish's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Abridged, you should totally check that one out. It's well worth finding.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Abridged. Look for it on YouTube, but of course after the show. Okay, let's see what is next up. Oh, we had where was it? Oh, Vega Pleiades, something more like that. Who is or was your favorite Abridged character to write dialogue for?
Probably, I mean, not necessarily the best, but certainly the easiest in a way that made him my favorite was probably the attention duelists guy, who he actually has a name in both the Japanese and the English, but I just never really bothered to give him one in the show, and it sort of stuck that he was just called the hair guy, and he was, every time he showed up, I just thought, okay, what can he say this time? And it usually just started with, attention duelists, my hair, blah 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 blah. And then somebody else would go on to say something else, and I would be like, okay, that's his job done. He was a lot of fun to write for. Tristan was a lot of fun to write for, but I kind of worried that he's worn out his welcome at this point. I think with season 3 coming on, he'll probably have a resurgence of fresh material, because he does a lot of crazy stuff in season 3. Kaiba is a lot of fun to write for. Yugi is actually a lot of fun to write for, because a lot of people have sort of pointed out that Yugi in the Abridged series is basically me if I had no morals, if I had no problem just being a complete jerk to everybody. He's basically me without any inhibitions, and that probably makes me sound terrible, but I can have moments where I'm like Yugi in my series. Marek is probably my favorite to do the voice and write for consistently, because I think originally when I brought Marek into the series, I really didn't know if I'd done him justice, and I really didn't know if I was going to like writing or voicing him, because when he first shows up, he's sort of it's more like a hint of what he's going to be, and then when he shows up on his motorcycle in one of the episodes and almost runs down Bakura, then he sort of comes into his element. And I soon realized that Marek is a real treat, and I'm really going to miss him.
Oh, yes, because Marek has given us so much. You know, the hugs, Mr. Tweetums, the evil army of Steves, and all kinds of... And the F sound, because we can't forget the F sound, because that is just... That would be a tragedy. We will never forget the Tweetums, the Steve, and the F.
But it wasn't the fluffy pillow, Marek, as well?
The fluffed pillow.
Yep, the fluffed pillow.
I played a fluffed pillow that's ingenious on the show, because I just think that's hilarious. It's okay, let's see. What else have we got? Okay. Hikari Ichino writes, I was a fan ever since episode 5, and I've noticed how you improve on both their voices and the quality of the video. Do you think that all this work on Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged Series has definitely made you better, not only as a voice actor and as a video editor, but also as a stage actor?
I think it's probably helped with the stage acting because I feel like I can... Because I started the stage acting after I did the Abridged Series, and I felt like I could actually, rather than worry about being me and just doing various different shades of Martin, I can actually really get into another person and do, like, not necessarily just a voice, but a different personality and make it believable, because so many people come to, like, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged website and they're like, wait a minute, it's all done by one person? And they're actually genuinely surprised by that, and they're also surprised when they learn that I'm British. But I felt like having experienced that, I felt very confident in the fact that I could actually be another character and actually audition for someone without having to think, well, I just have to make myself sound like this. Well, no, I don't have to make myself sound like that. I can just sort of take that character and try and emulate what and just become that character for even the briefest amount of time. It's really helped with that. It's definitely helped with the video editing and the voice acting. It really is. You can watch that series and see my progression as it goes.
All right. Now, another question from the suite. This is a two-parter. Now, you recently had 4 eBay auctions to get money for the victims of the Haiti earthquake, and you sold 4 cards. Did that card you put up for charity on eBay actually sell for over $800, or was the bidder fake?
Oh, that was genuine. There was actually somebody from Sweden who actually purchased that, and everything was fine. I called them on the phone after they made the donation, and everything worked out. I mean, it was really incredible how everybody came together and we did something that I didn't think we could do. I mean, I was really blown away by how much we raised, and it was really great to be part of that, and I was really, really happy that everybody, because I mean, when you look at it one way and think, well, somebody spent that much money on a trading card, that sounds kind of hard to believe, but at the end of the day, they're not really spending it on the trading card. They're agreeing to donate the money to a good cause, and I'm saying, okay, here's a trading card.
Exactly. So it's not like they were just, giving the money just for the card. That was definitely going for a greater cause.
It was just very good-natured people who wanted to be part of something, and it's something that I would love to do again. I mean, I would love to organize maybe something bigger, maybe an actual event. I don't know, but it gave me a huge thrill getting to do that with and get such a huge result.
What was the card that you sold for $800?
The card was let me find out.
Was it honest? I think it was honest. Maybe it was honest. I think it was honest.
What? Sorry.
Was the card honest? No, not as in the card being honest. Was the card called honest?
I don't think so. None of the cards I sold were called honest.
Was it the end of Anubis?
I believe it was the end of Anubis.
I have that card too, but I surely didn't pay $800 for it. And that $800, man, makes the $2 I put in the little Kroger Fresh Fair thing all the less insignificant. You win this round. Okay. All right, folks, it's BearcastRadio.com. This is the Dennis Daniels Show. Oh, we're already an hour 5 minutes into this. Okay, we're starting with the questions right now because we have got tons and tons of requests for voices. Oh boy, we're gonna have. Well, hope you're loose up there, Martin, because we have got some requests for voices.
This is gonna get crazy.
Crazy. And don't worry, we'll be here to help you do some improv. Okay. First up from Paradox Hikari. She wants to hear a little bit of Mako Tsunami, and I want to help you with this because I do a pretty wicked Dr. Phil. I was thinking about having Dr. Phil talk to Mako about his love for the ocean. So if you want to roll with this, let's give it a try, okay?
Okay.
All right. My guest today says that he's in love with the ocean. Please welcome Mako Tsunami.
Hey,
Hey, Dr. Phil, how's it going?
It's going pretty good, Mako. Now, Mako, you say that you're in love with the ocean, correct?
Correct. She is beautiful.
You're making me laugh. Now, Mako, you do realize that the ocean is an inanimate object, right?
Inanimate? What are you talking about?
I'm talking the ocean is not reproducible. You can't have sex with the ocean and get a baby out of it.
Well, it's not always about sex, Dr. Phil.
Now, Mako, why are you in love with the ocean? Don't you realize that people who are in love with the ocean have a problem? And another thing, when it comes to throwing harpoons at people, don't you realize that people who throw harpoons have a problem? Here's my advice for you. You stop throwing harpoons, stop dating the ocean, and overall, don't be a freaky fish guy.
I am not a freaky fish guy, and for the record, I love the ocean because it killed my father.
You love the ocean because it killed your father. My friend, that sounds pretty mixed up. Just like Dr. Phil mixed nuts. The mixed max that's mixed to the max. Now, Ocean, what do you have to say about all this nonsense?
The ocean says you're a quack.
I may be a quack, and I may not be a doctor, but one thing I'm not is a harpoon-throwing freaky fish guy.
Okay.
Yay, that's enough of that. Okay.
All right, yeah, we've got another voice request from one of our AOL Messenger. This one would be for in the voice of Bandit Keith.
Okay.
And could you?
Oh God, no! Mako Tsunami and Bandit Keith sounded almost exactly the same.
But this one was asking in particular if you could say "All glory to the nation of Dave."
The nation of Dave.
The nation of Dave.
It's animedoom@hotmail.co.uk.
Is that a Fallout 3 reference?
That very well might be. I'm not too sure.
Let me try.
All right, here we go.
All glory to the nation of Dave.
In America.
In America.
In America. I was going to say that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bandit Keith, but John wouldn't let me wear the American flag on my head and the glasses because, you know, all Americans wear sunglasses. All I got right now is my D-Generaion X merchandise, which is available at www.shop.com. Bye.
Well, you're not a real American, brother.
No. Well, let me tell you something there, brother. You can take all the little DX knots and the Keitha knots and put them together, and what you gonna do when Shrimpomania runs wild on you in America? Okay, have we...
Dennis Daniels, you break my heart. I make you humble.
Oh, no, Martin, leave the Sheik alone. He's done enough. Come on, he's been through enough, man. We want to get him for the show, too, because he's crazy. Okay.
God, yes.
I wish they would stop making him go all crazy and stuff. That's wrong. He was a WWE champion before Hogan was even born, so... Okay, now... Well, I'm saying before even Hulkamania was around.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, for this next one, I had to go get music. Because they want to hear a little bit of Duke Devlin. So, okay, I will cue it up, and you can just go to work. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Hi, this is Duke Devlin, live on the Dennis Daniels Show. I hope you brought a change of underwear, ladies.
Huh, take this, Duke. You're not the only one with your own kind of music. So what do you got to say to that?
What?
I said... I got my own background music, so what do you have to say to that?
Oh, you think you're cute and you know you're sexy, huh?
I got the looks that drives the girls wild. I've got the moves that really move them. I send chills up and down their spine because I'm a sexy boy. Sexy boy.
Now, where are these girls at? I've yet to meet them.
They're over at my house.
Oh. Stop it, John. You're ruining this.
Burn.
This is a battle of the music. Okay, yeah, he's not even talking and he's got his music. We'll do it live. Okay, that was Duke Devlin for us. Okay, have we got any more requests, John?
We've got another AOL Instant Messenger update from Butterfox of Doom. I'm assuming this is a she. He or she requested, I want to hear him sound like Yami dissing as many people as possible.
Us included.
Oh my gosh.
You can and if you need ammo, you can use us.
Just go for it. Just completely let loose.
Tear us a new one.
Well, you know something, Dennis, Daniel, and John Pokémon.
What, Yami?
I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh, you
because
do?
You invited Seto Kaiba onto your show before you invited me.
We couldn't get a hold of
You
you.
haven't even asked me a single question yet.
Oh.
You know what? That steams my beans, because I'm the king of games, you knuckle knobs.
Oh, gosh. Knuckle knobs. I think he's pushing it. All right, Charles Barkley, Tom. Okay, I'll tell you what, you're a knucklehead, run around, crazy puzzle, taking over bodies. That's nuts. You a knucklehead. I got to go do a Taco Bell commercial. Peace. Wait, hang on a second. Hang on there, Pharaoh. Okay, you want to be cute. I'll tell you what we got. I got something here you'll like, and you'll like this really good. Hang on, let me get it out. Where is it? Blah,
I
blah.
play dead air in defense mode.
Yes, dead air. Aha! Check that out. I got my own little Millennium puzzle, so you can suck on that. Here, draw it. Dangle in front of the Ustream. Ooh, I got a little puzzle. I got a Millennium puzzle just like you, so you can take that and shove it.
Right.
But in all seriousness, now, I mean, you're
Weren't you bragging about the fact that you had like Exodia and Exodia Necros before the show started?
Oh yes, we got him right here. And unlike us, we didn't lose them by a guy who looks like a bug. Oh, right there. Let's flash and move, John. Flash them, Exodia.
No, you didn't. You kept hold of them all the way into your 20s.
Oh. Touche, Yanni. Touche.
Great.
Maybe
Good stuff.
I will have to pause my feud with Kaiba and start a feud with you.
Mad
and
props.
we will duel.
I'm on his side, Denny.
Don't be on his
He
side.
got you there.
Oh,
He torched you. Oh,
at
man.
least I don't have to inhabit the body of a little boy. What? There wasn't a condo available? Yeah, you took over a little kid. That's kind of a low move there. It's kind of a ass move if you think about it. You take over. Did you ask Yugi before you took over his body? Like, oh hey Yugi, can I take over your body? Oh sure, Pharaoh, go right ahead. No, you just moved in. That's not right.
Well, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm sorry, I guess.
That's okay, and you can be our friend because you're
Yes.
super special awesome. Just don't no mind crushes.
Not even a little one.
Brandon Kisker, you can give him a mind crush, and
Okay.
we will enjoy it.
I'll do that.
Okay. Can we talk to Little Yugi for a second? Can we talk to him? We want his opinion on this.
Okay.
Hey, now, Yugi, what do you feel? How do you feel about Pharaoh taking over your body every time you play his card games?
Well, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'm just playing video games and he'll just take control, and I'll come back onto the Xbox and I'll have killed about 5 hookers.
Hey, say super special awesome.
Oh, super special, awesome!
Like this show is super special awesome.
Oh man.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, gosh.
Let's see. We've got a few more AOL Instant Messenger requests coming in for voice.
Any for Joey Wheeler?
No,
No, for Joey, we gotta do Joey. Can we?
From Kitsuyasha, I'm assuming that's another female or whatever it is. I would like to hear.
Yeah, I have fangirls.
I would like to hear Mokuba explaining why he likes dressing like a girl.
Oh, before that, get Mokuba. You say, "Hey, Dennis, can I be on your radio show?"
Hey, Dennis, can I be on your radio show?
Shut up, Mokuba. But no, in all seriousness, you can be on the show as long as you don't bring your
good.
brother with you. Because I don't like him, man. Man, he's a jerk. You can't. If you're gonna be on the show, you can't bring him. State law. I looked it up.
My brother will kick your ass.
Oh no, he won't. He
Well-
won't. I'll roll up the sleeves, and we'll duke it out. How dare your brother send me that press release of he's getting a booster pack named after him. April 20th.
I should get a booster pack named after me.
Shut up, Mokuba. Yeah.
Can you explain why you like dressing like a girl?
Yes, Mokuba.
I wasn't aware that I did.
Apparently you do, according to.
Apparently I do. I gotta explain why I do something that I don't do. Okay. Well, after about 500 kidnappings, your mind tends to kind of go a bit askew, and you start to kind of, dressing like a woman, and hoping that people won't kidnap you because you think there's somebody else.
Oh, that works for me, man.
Yeah.
That good enough for me.
All right, yeah. Okay, we'll do a few more because I know my little sister. She is a big, oh my gosh, she is a big fan, and she would kill me if I did not ask you. Could you give us a little My Valentine, just for her?
Oh gosh, that's okay.
Don't feel pressure. We can come back later and do that, and see if you can do that later on.
I can do it now. What do you want me to say?
Just say something to Katie. You know, she's a virgin, and she thinks that Mai's a total slut.
To Katie?
Katie.
Okay.
Right.
Keep telling yourself that, hon. What are you, a virgin or something?
Response from Katie. I will slash your eyes out.
Oh, damn.
The end.
Damn.
Unquote.
It just got real up in here.
Hey, Mike, can I ask you a question? Do you have 2 dimes for a nipple? I'm kidding, Mike. You're the breast around. But best. I said best, not breast.
I think we may have time for one more.
Wait. There's two more. We got to do Joey.
Right.
Okay. We will not hear the end of it if we don't do this. And I'm really against this. Can you give us a little Seto Kaiba?
Okay.
I'm sorry. They would never forgive us if we didn't hear Kaiba talk a little. I'm a little ticked off about it myself, but.
So you're a little ticked off, huh?
Yes,
well,
I am,
what you
Kaiba.
expect when you get Seto Kaiba on your show.
Seto Kaiba, your ego is so big, we could fill the entire Bearcast studio with it, you know? You come on my show about a month ago, trash-talking me, my brother. You know what? It's really cute, that little fruit bowl haircut of yours. And I know you got your blue eyes around. You're probably kissing. I'm getting lipstick all over them. I got an idea for an app for your dual disc. You know, you can attach a tissue box to it, so every time you can shed your tears when Yuki beats you for the 100th time.
Well, I've got an idea for your dual disc. You should just take that dual disc, shine it up real nice, and then stick it straight up your candy ass.
A rock joke. Okay.
He just laid the smackdown on your ass.
Okay, and we have to say this, and this is kind of a big kick to me. Wait a minute, did you just summon a bunch of monsters in one turn?
Yeah, so?
That's against the rules, isn't it?
Screw the rules, I have money.
No, screw the money, we got a talk show.
Oh, snap.
And of course, I could not think of any better way to finish this if we got to talk a little bit to Joey Wheeler, you know, because Joey from the Brooklyn, even though he's not in Brooklyn, he's in Japan. That's crazy and stuff.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, Joey, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. A Junior G, man, you know, kind of New York kind of thing.
You know, Kaiba on the show last month, he said that you were a dog and that you were a monkey. I don't think you're a dog or monkey at all. I think you are a very good duelist.
Oh, thanks very much there, man. I mean, I did come in second in Duelist Kingdom and all that, and I tried to get the prize money for my sister Serenity, because that's pretty much all I do.
I thought you spent it on children's card games and cards.
Yeah, that's another issue.
And what's about you being all secretive about the furry thing? What you got against the furries, man? That open mouth. Bleh.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, you might want to keep that on the down low there, man.
Yeah, that's.
You know, if I were one of those guys and you just outed me, I would be like, nah.
5 seconds, new record. What? 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 Okay, now Joey, would you say this for everyone? I want the biggest, loudest Brooklyn rage that you have ever said. And hang on, I'm getting a little.
Calm yourself down there, Dave.
I'm sorry. This is big on a level that we will never know. So come on, Joey, give us the biggest Brooklyn rage we ever heard.
All right, here we go. Brooklyn rage.
Brooklyn. We're bringing the hood to you. We're bringing what you gonna do. We're bringing the hood to you.
And that was Joey Wheeler bringing the Brooklyn Rage to you. Martin, I want to thank you for being a super special guest on the Dennis Daniels Show.
It was an honor.
Do you have any words of wisdom for your fans out there that you'd like to say?
keep doing whatever it is you love doing and do it for the rest of your life, and just never look back.
Yes, we will have to have you back on the show real freaking soon.
Bottoms up to that.
Bottoms up, man. So LittleKuriboh, Martin Billany, thank you so much for being on the Dennis Daniels Show. It has been a pleasure and honor, and I don't know any better way to go out with a I thought of one way. And this interview was brought to you by your friends at D-Generaion X, who remind you that if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you on 3. 1, 2, 3. Suck it! Martin, thank you for being on the show. We'll see you again real soon. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged Series on YouTube, Yu-Gi-Oh! The AbridgedSeries.com. Play the damn card on LiveJournal. Check this stuff out. Season 3 in April. We are out of here.
Do it now.
Thank you for being on the Dennis Daniels Show. We'll catch you again real soon, next week perhaps. So, until then, good night, everybody.
Think you can tell me what to do?